rewatch his videos with a more critical eye and watch him compliment and praise himself with full humility and self-deprecation. What a performance.
Well,
that is an awful thing.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, like we watched, I did start watching some of the videos.
Okay.
You even tried to make it gluten-free for Maya, and it was so good.
Dude, he's a cool guy, though.
He's a cool guy. Yeah. I kind of want to do a video kind of humanizing Justin Baldoni because so many awful things have been
absolutely,
said.
yes.
Yeah.
I've been reading a lot of him, and I personally, I kind of feel guilty for make a statement.
Yeah.
Without knowing, and it's we're all guilty in that sense.
A lot of people have been making kind of statements.
Yep.
And there's just a lot of stuff a lot of people don't know about. Like, for example, this conversation, I had a conversation with my girlfriend, you know, and I was trying to explain to her the whole Justin Baldoni thing, but it's kind of hard to explain in a few sentences.
Yes.
Because it's just so deep and there's so many things that happen and there's so many awful events that occurred. It's because this morning, because I tried to explain to her, she tried to take over his film, and she's like, so?
What do you mean, so?
But don't you get it? She tried to take over his film. It's his film's so what? I mean,
public humiliation and dude, what else? I mean, there was at least 20 events that it's wow, you're going over the limit with this.
Yeah, and so it was kind of hard to kind of tell her Justin's actually a pretty decent guy. He's probably the nicest guy in Hollywood I've ever seen.
Imagine that, dude.
and because she heard a lot of things, she read the headlines and she heard his voice message that he left to Blake one time at 2:00 in the morning, and her first impression was this guy's kind of a creep. He's a creepy guy, creepy nice guy, right? And so I feel like a lot of people just don't really know who Justin is, and so I kind of wanted to know myself, who the heck is.
Let's do some investigation. What about that?
Yeah, so
let's dive deep.
So I found this YouTube video, right, of him touring. Inside It Ends With Us star Justin Baldoni's Los Angeles home.
Oh, it's MTV Cribs?
Yeah, MTV Cribs, but the most wholesome version of MTV Cribs you've ever seen.
Play it, please.
And this was 4 years ago, before all of this even started. Yes. So this is before.
So this is not going to be a video of 50 Cent showing his fake Ferraris.
Exactly,
and stuff like that.
exactly. Okay, cool. Let's watch this together and let's react.
Got it.
Welcome.
That's his
Come on in.
That's his family.
His whole family.
Yeah.
Can you say hi? Come on. Want to show them the house?
You want to give them a dinosaur roar welcome?
Yes. You want to do dinosaur roar? Ready?
He's a family
Look
guy.
at this guy. Look at his family.
He's
Adorable.
a family guy.
He's a family guy.
Oh, what a monster.
I know. Look at it. He's like a
no,
cool
he
dad.
has a traditional family.
Yeah. And he has cute kids.
Yeah. It's the life that everybody wants to live, to be honest.
Yeah, and he has a really beautiful wife.
Yep.
I mean, I think she's way hotter than Blake.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't want to say it. It's
she's hot. I mean, she's way more beautiful. And just watch this. It's Hollywood at home. Justin and Emily Baldoni.
This is our kitchen. We actually built this house. So
that's
we
cute.
tore it down.
Yeah,
They
we
built
actually
this
built
house.
this house.
Isn't that crazy?
Yep.
So he's a hands-on guy. Oh, and look at the funny thing. This house is in Culver City, California.
Culver City is not even pretentious.
It's not.
Oh,
It's not Hollywood at all.
Yeah.
I worked in Culver City. I love Culver City.
I love Culver City
It's
too.
a great city. It's
I don't know.
It's Santa Monica adjacent, but it's still a little bit further away from the beach. Here, I'll show you on let's see if I can pull up Google Maps. Here we go. Culver City. I worked here. There's it's a very mid-range neighborhood. It's not a high end. It's been gentrified. So there's a lot of cool little restaurants and little downtown Culver City.
Oh yeah, one of my favorites restaurants are there actually.
Yeah, but it's not a rich neighborhood.
Yeah,
it's a very humble neighborhood. It's a lot. It's known for a lot of 20-year-olds.
Yep.
Who want to move to LA. They end up living in
a lot
Mar
of people
Vista
there
or
work in tech there.
Yeah, a lot of tech people, but people who can't afford Hollywood.
Yeah,
or
well, not Hollywood, but the pretentious life of Hollywood.
Yeah, it's close enough to get to the Hollywood area.
Santa Monica,
but it's not that ritzy, right? So he lives in Culver City. His house is only 2,000 square foot.
Damn.
Yeah, that's smaller than a lot of people's apartments.
Wow.
I know, and he has I think 2 kids, right? Three
yeah.
bedrooms, like just a really nice, humble, little, tiny little shack, right?
And we got to build
That's
our
the definition.
greenhouse,
The
didn't we?
shack.
Yeah.
Do you like the
let's watch
kitchen?
it.
And Daddy is the best chef in the world. True.
It's not
So
really,
we
not
actually, he uses all of this and has been a dream. I think this is probably his
Look,
favorite spot
There are
ever.
certain things
Here we go.
I
Okay.
think every man dreams about having in his house. One of them is a barbecue in the house
Yeah, you
in a
share
way
the
that you
same
don't burn
values?
it down.
Yeah.
Right? How do you barbecue in the house without like risking your house? You do it on a wolf range. That's how you do it.
I think another favorite for you is this steam oven.
Ah,
He made his Nana's Easter bread. You even tried to make it gluten-free for Maya, and it was so good.
Dude,
I
he's a
didn't
cool guy though.
He's a cool guy. He's a normal dude. It's like I'd like to be friends with him. He's
Yeah,
a
it's-
nice, normal, well-adjusted
Yeah, it's
guy.
not even like the sense like, yeah, look at my house. I have like 3
Yeah.
Rolls Royce in the driveway. One, like 2 of them, they're a rental. You know?
He's talking about his stove.
Yeah.
And how this is his
Yeah.
favorite place.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
likes cooking. He
Yeah.
appreciates cooking.
Look for my
making bread.
family.
I know. For
my
his family. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like, and it's just a very modest kind of kitchen. You know, it's redecorated. So here's the funny thing, right? So I didn't know what to say to my girlfriend, like to convince her that Justin was a decent guy. So I just basically said, "Hey, you need to watch this video." So like, watch this video of
Okay.
him. And as soon as she watched this video, she was like, she just changed. She was like, "Oh, whoa! I
mean, my
love
perception
that
changed a little
kitchen.
bit.
Yeah, whoa! He has a family. Oh, he has a wife. He has kids.
Right, so you don't see it like this creepy Hollywood guy who's like
Yeah, exactly.
doing sketchy shit. you
Yeah,
know?
like
yeah.
sending voicemails, writing text messages,
Yep.
because you don't get the context. You don't put the face on
Yes.
the messages, on the
Yep.
text messages, right? But as soon as like I showed her this video, she was like, "Oh wow, he's a nice guy."
you know what a steam oven was, and it's really cool. Bakers use steam when they make bread. I didn't know that, and
That's true, by the way. I love making bread. You have to like so the traditional way to make baguettes, right? In an oven is you get a pot of boiling water and you put it in the oven, so it creates humidity, so it allows the
Right.
bread to expand. The fact that he knows that stuff, you know, he's already kind of won me over. a
I don't
little
know.
bit.
That's kind of creepy though.
it
Moving on.
That's
actually
really
cooks
sweet.
with steam, which is awesome. And then of course, non-stop caffeine for parenting.
And he likes coffee.
He likes coffee.
Something
For
that was important
parenting,
to us
though.
when we were building
Like,
this house
again.
is light. The world can feel really dark and heavy, and we wanted to kind of make it feel like a resort, like we were coming home to a vacation. So we picked like rose gold. Emily actually picked all the fixtures, rose gold that like brightens everything up. It just feels really pretty and beautiful.
So here's a funny thing. Like again, like my girlfriend was like, "Oh, she did a really great job with that kitchen in the house." Like because she likes white, the color white too. One of the first things that she did when she moved in was just randomly painting things white in my house.
Really?
Yes.
You know what? That is such a. Sorry to say, but it's such a white thing.
I mean, I would literally come home one day and then this table would be painted white. I was like, "What'd you do to this table?"
What's
I
the
painted it
context for
white."
this? I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I was like, but you know, she was like, "Oh, I really like her. I really like her taste." So, anyways,
I don't know. Never done a house tour. Never even owned a house. Let's go.
Let's go to the back. Let's go.
never even known. What a humble guy.
So we
Yeah.
live in the middle of LA.
Small backyard.
These houses are small
Cute.
lots.
Dude, my backyard is
Something
bigger than
important to
that.
me was how do you maximize like every inch of your space? I love optimization. And so when we designed the house, I just thought of every nook and cranny and I thought, okay, well, what can we do with that space? How can we turn that into like a livable area and make it work? So you're not normally able to like have a pool in a small lot like this.
The smallest pool
but,
I've ever seen.
Yeah.
We found one. This is an endless pool, which is really cool. I'm a bit of a health freak. And what's really cool about this pool is that there's a current. And you can actually swim against the current. And you can see there's a treadmill in the pool.
This kids.
Which is just an awesome workout.
Yay!
Yay! One breath.
Hi.
That's a beautiful family.
know!
Beautiful family.
What a great, beautiful
I'm
family.
personally
Just-
jealous of that.
Exactly.
And for sure, this girl, she was jealous.
Exactly.
Who
And,
knows?
and you know another thing Chelsea knows that she knows he had a Buddha in the lawn and she loves Buddha statues. It's like, see, he's got a Buddha too. And I was like, yeah, he's really spiritual. And I mentioned that like he burns like sage, for example, in his house or like during work.
The Palo Santo and stuff.
In Palo Santo, and that's what my girlfriend does too. It's like she like goes in the house, she's like burning sage in the house, burning like Palo Santo, like to like get rid of dark energy. And she likes Buddha statues. Like, that's really nice. He has the whole Buddha statue. Sometimes people just have the head, but that's like really offensive. So I'm glad he just has.
Oh, I
the whole,
didn't know that.
Yeah, I know, I know, but she like appreciated all the little details.
Justin's mama is a feng shui master, and she said it is really good to have fire in this area of the house. So here it is. I still haven't figured out how to turn it on. It's probably super easy, but
Button right here.
I don't know. There's a button right there. It never works for me. But anyway, it's super cozy, and this is one of our favorite spots. This is where we sit and hang out.
See, instead of being
Pre-COVID.
pretentious and being like, oh yeah, we brought this in Italy. They exported from Milan and like type of like Kardashian type of shit.
Yeah,
Like,
just simple
Out
stuff.
here and
Have a little
read.
fire pit.
We come out
Their
here with the
little
kids
tiny little
sometimes
patio.
when it's dark, and we sit around the fire, and it's just a really, really cozy corner.
As we were designing the house, one thing we wanted was just, again, to make everything feel cohesive. So we actually can get to our bedroom from the backyard, which is kind of fun. It's about a 15-foot walk, so come join us. Ta-da!
it is.
Come into our bedroom.
Again, they really
So
maximize
again,
their
for feng shui
space.
reasons,
Again, 2,000
because
square
this
feet
is the
is
relationship
not
corner. Pinks and purples are really good. We're not crazy about those colors, but we worked it out.
You're
Literally
right.
wearing
Apartments are
pink
even
Yeah.
bigger than
She's wearing
that.
pink overalls.
We match our own bedroom, just for you
Like
guys.
this is their master.
But we found this
bedroom.
dusty pink,
Wow.
and we're just going with those warmer tones again. The plant has a little bit of pink in it,
Oh,
and
you can see what books we're reading.
yeah, these are all the books that we don't have time to read, but really desperately want to read.
We're each reading like
I have-
pages of every single book.
I
here.
have 40 books right here.
You do.
And these are old love notes, mainly from Justin to me, that I've kept throughout the years and just attached them to our little tree of life here.
It was so.
Isn't that cute?
I don't know. Sounds like sexual harassment to me.
No, my girlfriend was also like, we should do that too. And I was like, okay.
Sweet.
Next video.
When our
Next
kids
50
started
cents.
writing us love notes.
Aww, I love you,
So we have Maya's first love note to Mama, which is really sweet.
Yeah.
Neither Emily or I had ever
That's a
had money.
privilege.
Let's just be real. So we'd always wanted a walk-in closet. So like the first thing we did when we were like, oh, okay, we're gonna actually build a house is, wait, we can have a real closet. So we built a walk-in closet that actually walks into the bathroom.
It's a walk-through closet.
And this is called the Juve
Literally
light.
being humble.
And there's actually two
Yeah.
forms of red light therapy that come out of this. It's really good for collagen production.
And look,
It's
he's into red light therapy too.
The what?
Red light therapy.
Oh.
It's like a therapy
inflammatory,
where they have
helps
these like
your
real
muscles recover
red
faster
lights
after a workout.
kind of heals your
And,
body through like
it
these
also
low
helps you sleep
frequency
a little bit deeper.
light waves.
And the kids say it's like lava.
And if you've never seen one,
So this
these
is
are
what
like
we
super
do.
bright.
I used it like
Stand
in a
here
mask.
naked
one
and staring
time.
to this
Oh
red
yeah,
light.
it's like very similar. It's funny. I
on
just went to this holistic wellness center.
This is
and they
our
had one of those.
beautiful master
That, like, it looked
bathroom,
exactly like
and
that.
we have a transformer toilet. And that's the truth. It will play you music. It will get all warm for you. It'll wash everything for you. It has a light show for you, just in case you want to make toilet visits a little bit more interesting.
You know what's funny is she made fun of me so much when I got this toilet. Because it was the one thing I wanted more than anything in this house. There's something
That's
about,
true.
I'm sorry, look, I'm all about undefining the traditional rules of masculinity, but there's something about a man in his throne.
This is your throne?
This is my throne.
Come look at his throne.
You walk up to it,
Damn.
Like, check it out. Check it out.
Wow.
it opens for you. And the best part,
I mean, dude, you're been working hard, right? You
for
deserve
every
it.
guy,
Exactly.
morning.
Exactly.
Our little entertainment
So this
area.
is living room.
Another
Again,
thing that I'd
really
always
cool
kinda dreamed about is
decor.
having theater.
No, they're adorable. And like this is like one of those. Again, I showed this video to Chelsea, and she was like, "Oh, I actually like this guy. He's like he has good energy."
Exactly, because you put a face now.
Yeah, you
now
put
you
a face,
realize
yeah.
who it is.
Yeah, and what's really sad is that I was like looking at some of his some old articles
Okay.
talking about him, right? And the things that they said about this guy is just awful. Like knowing, like, okay, he's pretty wholesome, nice guy in Hollywood. It doesn't look like he sold his soul to anybody,
Right.
At least at this point,
Right.
But then, like the things that people wrote and did, and attacked him, for these sexual harassment claims. It must have been so awful for this guy.
Yeah.
To deal with.
That's true. I mean,
Yeah, look, for example, this is from Colleen Hoover's Instagram. Blake Lively, you have been nothing but honest, kind, supportive, and patient since the day we met. Thank you for being exactly the human that you are. Never changed, never wilt. That's her hugging her. And then she links to the New York Times article.
what?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked.
And here's the crazy thing, right? And apparently, Colleen and Ryan and Blake and the entire cast somehow just unfollowed him on social media. Yeah. And when this article hit, it seemed like all the people around him just started writing these awful things, like and just losing. He just lost his support.
Damn.
Right? Like, for example, Robin Lively, Blake's sister, wrote like, I urge everyone to read the New York Times article in its entirety. It calls out those behind the ruthless and nefarious smear campaign that aimed to take down my sister.
Wow.
Isn't that awful? Yeah, that's
Wow.
awful. That's like so shocking.
That is the cancellation culture.
Yeah, it's like
that we
totally
live nowadays.
Yeah, there's more. Like Amy Schumer was like, I believe Blake. It's just immediate. It just is this immediate kind of like, I'm gonna side with Blake, right? Alexis Bledel, I can't pronounce all of their names. Amber Tamblyn and America Ferrera. I guess they were in a movie or Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. I've never watched any of these shows before. I don't even know what these are. This is like a whole new world
5
for
minutes
me.
of fame.
Yeah, like I guess these girls right here, they all like collectively wrote, stand with her in solidarity as she fights back against a reported campaign waged to destroy her reputation.
Wow.
Look,
committed to it.
Yeah, you have all of these girls just standing by, and here's something really awful. This guy, Bart Johnson, I guess this is who is Bart Johnson? Bart Johnson is the brother-in-law of Blake Lively. Her complaint was filed during the filming. On record, long before the public conflict, the cast unfollowed him for a reason. Read this article for spitting ignorance. His PR team was stellar, gross and disgusting, but highly effective. Read the article, their text message exchanges, and his PR campaign strategy to bury her by any means necessary. No one is without faults, but the public got played. And then on X, he wrote, he's a fraud. He puts on the costume of a hero, man bun and all, used all the trendy catchphrases and buzzwords for his podcasts. None of it's genuine. It's all theater, and everyone fell for it. For years, rewatch his videos with a more critical eye, and watch him compliment and praise himself with faux humility and self-deprecation. What a performance.
Well,
That is an awful thing.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, like we watched, I did start watching some of the videos.
Okay.
Like this one.
This is that awkward moment when you're leaving, but everyone knows that you're not because you have like crew here and stuff like that. So we're just gonna
He
close the door
seems
anyway.
very genuine. It doesn't seem disingenuous at all.
Yep. Have you ever heard his podcast actually?
Yeah, he has a podcast called "Look, We Are Man Enough," and this is kind of interesting because
I mean, to be honest with you, there's a lot of people, well, not all of them, but when they are in this like sort of like vibe of like, toxic masculinity and things like that, it's because like they have so many things to hide.
Yeah.
Personally, internally.
Yeah.
But like not all of them
Yeah.
are like that.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he has a lot of trauma in his life, and I'm sure he's not perfect. I'm sure he's done
Like everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it is a very feminine kind of
If
feminist
the existence
podcast,
of our
I guess.
species can be measured in an hour, civilization
Oh, Chelsea loves
is
this
about
guy,
5
Dr.
minutes
Gabor.
ago. So until 5 minutes ago,
You know what?
really,
That's the irony is that Chelsea would probably really like Justin. His wife.
But she wasn't like that convinced to like support it at the beginning.
No, but now after I showed her the videos. Oh, here's another thing. You know that podcast?
And I don't
host?
blame her because it's like we are judgmentals.
Yeah, we are. We all have like this weird knee jerk reaction. I think we all did, right?
And
when that
it's-
New York Times article came out.
Yeah.
But anyways, going back to the podcast host, she actually quit the podcast. Like this is her Instagram message. I am writing you today to let you know that I have had my representatives inform Wayfair that I will no longer be co-hosting the Man Enough podcast. Look, isn't that crazy?
Well, you're welcome to the What's Going On podcast in that case. But it's because
No, she's not invited. I don't, and until she apologizes.
Of
and
course.
she hasn't apologized.
But exactly, that's the thing. It's because like she doesn't want to be involved in this drama, or because she actually think that this guy is an asshole and he's such a like sexual harassment guy, like type of this crimes, or what's going on? What's going on with that?
yeah, I don't
Like,
know.
does she specify why she's quitting?
I mean, because after that New York Times article, so I mean, she just kind of like didn't take a side. I guess.
Of course, it's just like convenience. Like, oh, this project is falling apart. I'm gonna leave before the boat sinks. You know.
Yeah. Anyways, I want to end this little video because someone mentioned that at the premiere he invited someone who was terminally ill
No way.
to the movie premiere.
Wow.
And you know how they were like kind of segregated, where
In the basement?
Yeah, yes, they were sent to the basement.
That's sad as fuck, dude.
That is just so awful.
sad.
So let's watch some of her videos. Posted a clip.
I was told I had to watch
Justin
this
Baldoni, if
one.
you see this video, I am a huge fan of you.
Oh.
Your movies are so inspiring.
If everyone can tag Justin Baldoni to this video, it would mean the world to me.
I have been trying to reach out to you for the longest. I have everything of you.
Or are the people saying in the comments, "Oh, she's an actress"?
No,
They
he's-
paid for that.
No, it's absolutely not. I mean, I think a lot of people again. I think the critics are like, oh, he's just doing this to make himself look like a nice guy, which is kind of ludicrous because he's actually worked with terminally ill people, out of his own goodwill. He actually made a movie, I think it's called 5 Feet Apart, where it's like dealing with a couple people who are dealing with cystic fibrosis, I believe. But he actually loves telling their story. Like he's been doing this for a very long time. So this wasn't like a PR stunt. He's actually, I feel like he's 100% genuine on just trying to help people.
Days ago, I received a message from Justin, and he told me he's been following my journey. He would like for me and my husband to be his guest. I cannot wait to meet him in person.
So look, there he is
Yeah.
on the red carpet, on the pink carpet,
Yeah.
with her and her husband, like to his word.
Would you imagine like Kim Kardashian doing that shit?
No, well, I mean,
No.
maybe,
I mean,
but
well, I don't know.
I don't know. I would feel like celebrities would do that again just to, pump up their own image and
Yeah,
make
of
them
course.
feel like, virtue signaling, right? But I don't think Justin's like that at all because he
No.
has a track record of actually doing this.
Yeah, we'll be like dumb if like Kanye West will show up to the red carpet on the next red carpet and be with like this with someone in the handicap in a wheelchair.
I mean, but if
It's like
even
you
he
don't
does,
own it. Like it's
Yeah.
not your style. It's clearly not your person. But yeah,
Yeah. Anyways, let's watch this. Look, see, look on the red carpet,
and then straight to the basement.
and look. And look, there's his wife. Another funny thing about this whole thing is like if you ever look at his premiere pictures, he's just by himself,
Yeah.
just isolated.
Yep.
Just the only pictures you'll ever see is of him and his wife together, and like none of the other cast were near him at all.
Directors, producers.
I mean, he was a director. He was just hanging out with his
producers.
Yeah, like the Wayfarer people. Yeah. You know, again, which is a real shame because I guess she probably never got to meet any of the other cast. Besides just him.
And having a shitty party in the basement.
Gabby and I met
Well, here's the thing, right? Like, this is his after party, and it's not really, you know,
fancy
at all.
Well produced.
Yeah, but I mean, he takes the time to acknowledge her.
Yeah, like, okay, well, we're gonna rent this place,
for some reason,
invest money.
she put me on her bucket list. And I still think you could do much better. I can't help but feel in the middle of all of this celebration that this stuff is all fleeting. And Gabby just told me the doctors didn't give her that much time, that she's not giving up. And then I thought to myself, wow, one of my best friends wrote this song about not giving up for my first movie, 5 Feet Apart, for Claire Weinman, and it happens to be here. So I thought we could all sing this song together.
Yes!
I know, right?
That's so nice.
I know.
I mean, unless you have a horrible heart, like this is cute.
I know.
Straight up cuteness.
It's adorable. It's very heartfelt, and again, like, you know, the guy was like, "Hey, watch his videos." Like, I'm watching his videos. All I see is him being absolutely wholesome.
Yep.
And just very empathetic and compassionate.
Human.
And just being a nice, like, anti-Hollywood star.
Yep.
Like, being everything that Hollywood isn't really known for. Like, being actually authentic and real, you know?
Instead of being a piece of shit. I don't like Hollywood people, though.
I know, no. Hollywood people are just so fake. It's like, it's kind of refreshing kind of see that stuff. And
something new.
And then she passed away.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But the fact that he did that was pretty remarkable.
Yep.
Like, can you imagine this guy?
There it is by himself.
Yeah, there he is by himself.
We are right now at the Global It Ends With Us premiere right here in beautiful New York City.
Can you imagine this guy going to this premiere? Look at him, just by himself on the red carpet. Like, just being isolated from his entire cast, even the author.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, what did they do to this guy? And if you look at some of the comments, I think some people were commenting, like, why is he by himself? And from, like, literally weeks ago when it happened, there's like, why is he not standing next to his own cast? It's like, and some people were like, something's going on here. Something happened. But of course, they didn't know the full story.
Right.
And then a New York Times piece came out, and his whole world fell apart. You know, being accused of maybe potentially the same things that they were doing to him. You know, by getting being ostracized, basically. And now that the facts are coming out, now we're kind of seeing the light, right? And I want to share one last little video. He was on this podcast 3 months ago. Again, like, this is kind of before all this went down.
Right.
Right. And someone asked him a question like, what's next in his life? Let's watch.
That's great. What next? Where next lies your journey? I've put so much energy into climbing the career ladder and to being enough in this industry. And I realized, I think, over this last film that I couldn't, there's never been a way for me to separate my desire to be enough and to fit in this business with the projects that I make. Because, of course, I made It Ends With Us and all these films for a very specific reason, but I also, you know, wanted people to think I was a good director or a good actor, and I wanted my place in the industry. That's enmeshed with all of it, and I think I've really learned over the course of the last 2 years that it really doesn't matter, and I've been able to, luckily, and it's never 100% pure, but I've really had the great fortune of being able to see that what I thought I wanted isn't what I wanted, and that I have everything that I want.
That's valid.
Yeah. You know, but he sounds kind of defeated at this point. But I think Justin's kind of realizing, you know, Hollywood isn't all that it's cracked up to be.
Yep.
You know, the thing that he was chasing isn't really what he really wanted.
Yep.
That he actually had all the things he wanted.
Dude, look at that family.
I know, he's blessed.
Exactly.
He's actually a pretty rich guy.
Yeah. More than
Anyways,
a lot of people.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and maybe you can show it to some people to show Justin's actually true side. If you want to convince people, because sometimes all it takes is like humanizing people.
Share this video, guys.
Yeah.
Share this
All right.
videos.
All right, thanks,
and
Diego.
Subscribe.
Until
like
next
the video.
time. Bye.